I'm sorry that you haven't been able to spend more time with me, that I haven't made my training understandable enough. I'm sorry I haven't made my games inclusive enough. I'm sorry I haven't created something that you can play right now. Especially, it violates oneself, especially when you have an inkling that what we have could change the world. And it's not necessarily the thing that we create that's going to change the world. It's being in a state when we are completely singing our song, doing our dance. If each one of us was so inspired by nature that we could unapologetically sing our song in the morning, like cock-a-doodle-doo crows, just do the thing you were born to do. If I can do that next week, I know it will change the world, because you'll be excited. You might work with me, you might support me, or you might just do your own thing. I don't know what it is, but I'm damn sorry I haven't done it. And I haven't. You might think that Atlas Talisman is an example of liberated expression. That is the example of someone who is very earnestly trying to give you something that I think is of value and not upset you while doing it. That's the fact. I'm trying to show up here more and more to give you more access to my life, so I can actually enjoy my life. I think a lot of people, particularly who curate their existence for social media, are spending their time designing things and thinking about their Facebook lives and the next project and all this sort of thing. They're not actually it. They're trying to show you something that they think is a tangible translation of the essence, and they're not living it. And I'm going to do some work this coming week with Chrissy Marie, big shout out, particularly on this. Well, I do things for show. I do things for workshop. I do things for ritual. I would show up in a second and, burn my skin or jump in cold water or do whatever it is, like put my life on the line on the stage, because I will die for my audience. This faceless audience behind the limelight, I don't even know who's in the audience, but I would die for them because I feel our common humanity in that space. It's my church, the stage, the theatre, and the open world theatre. When I play vicarious, I'm out in the streets with this camera and you're telling me what to do, I am in complete flow and such love and bliss. But I don't live like that when you're not here, because I do it for you, the faceless you, the concept of you, the concept of the belonging of family, of being part of humanity. That's who I live and die for. But I don't live when you're not here, because it's not, what's the point? I don't go sit in the middle of a forest and meditate. I have a cold shower as often as possible, but the house I'm living in right now, you can't even have a fully cold shower without turning the tap off, because the temperature and the water pressure are linked. I'm not who you think I am, but I really want to let you come to know who I am, even if just so that I can be that. So yeah, I'm sorry to myself for not fully trusting my love and my play and enjoying my life, even if it doesn't make sense, and even if it feels like I'm going to let people down by not making enough money and whatever, violating whatever promises. What other promise is there than to each other that we're going to try to fully show up and give what we were born to do, so that we can allow the other person to receive and then go, oh, you've got the butter, well, I've got the knife. Like, I don't know what you will do when I fully show you my thing, my game, my love, my play, myself. Like, you'll know in that moment how your genius plugs into my genius, and I've deprived us of that link by not being it. So I'm sorry for that. And let's do it together. Always, collaborative works is a cornerstone of what I think is just the natural law. If you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your brand, your copyright, if you're protecting your heart from friendships, like, please die to it. Please rip it open, share your stuff, open source it, give away your secret ingredients, because we are suffocating in our silos. We really are. It's an aspect of, and it might be getting social political, but consumer capitalism, personification, our right to be a king and a queen of our own little empires, that is having us starve behind our little moats of protection, because our cellars and our attics and our dungeons are drying up of our magic juice and our wheat stores. It's a trick, and we've been fooled, and we protect it with our life. This isolation, this individuality, this sovereignty, we protect it with our life while it goes in direct violation of a symbiotic, syntropic ecosystem. That is natural law. Don't take it from me. Please never take anything from me. Only just become curious and find out for yourself. And nature is abundant. It will show you its codes. It will scatter its seeds. It will be itself, even if it dies in the attempt, knowing that collectively, if all the trees drop their seeds and scatter them, some will land on cement, but some will land in wet mud. And it's through the behavior of being yourself and doing your song and doing your dance that collectively we will survive. You might not survive. You might not become a well-known artist. You might not launch a successful business. But if we all collectively start doing our song and scattering our seeds, we will survive. Art will triumph. Love will reign supreme. And this whole political, and the racial and the social and the economic atrocities we are currently in is the maladjusted dishonesty that reflects ourselves. The apathy we feel when we turn to ourselves. Can you trust yourself to bring your gift through? If you don't trust yourself, that's the same distrust you have to the politicians. We don't trust them that they can actually bring our society around. But I believe it's because I don't trust myself to bring truthfully forward my plan for the nation of one, the cult of one, me. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. And it's going to be delightful. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be awful. But it's not going to be incredible. It will have the credibility of someone who backs themselves. I'm like wild at myself. I am wanting to eat my own face off at the treason against self. And I'm wild at you if you suffocate your beauty and your art and even give it any kind of excuse of like, I'm too tired, or I just can't, I don't have any left in me. I really believe that you're tired. I am tired. That you don't have enough left in you. I don't have enough left in me because I violate that inextinguishable source of purpose and truth and love. And who have you given the sword to? We outsource the dagger of our assassin. Whose words, whose example, whose gossip, whose fear, whose, are you going to have enough money to pay rent? Whose, well, we're over if you do that, or break up. How have you externalized the excuses? And who have you allowed to convince you to be less than yourself and to completely violate yourself? It's a good question, Atlas. Who? Maybe you, the person that I love so much. And that's the thing, love is so strong. Those we love most can hurt us so deeply. And I forgive you. So as well as a sorry, I'd like to extend a forgive you. So, you want to step forward? Let's prepare to do. And the preparing is the doing. I was in a panel discussion, and one of the beautiful things which came through is activity brings clarity. Activity brings clarity. All of the mental preparations can't complete, and it can be very confusing. So allow your preparation and your mental strategy and calculation to become a doing, to mess up, to test yourself out. Ouch. Open world, collaborative heuristics. Open world, the world's accessible. Collaborative, let's do it together. Heuristics, experimental play. Learn through experience. Play test, mess up, fail fast, fail often. And also, I also forgive myself tomorrow when I don't fully show up. But if I can go from 60% now to 65% tomorrow, I'm on my path, so that by the end of the year, I can fully do this artwork. Thank you so much. Let's not make these little drops in our bucket be nothing. If you felt something on this, please reach out to me, collaborate, share, tag, whatever it is. Let's keep this collaborative process going. Utilize me. If you respect me and you don't want to burden me, also go with your love. Go with your wild freedom. Don't try and protect me from your fullness either. So yeah, let's reach out. I don't know, I may or may not be able to help you, but at least if you start to impinge on others like me, then you're going to be impinging in the world and you'll be scattering your seeds. And I might be cement. I don't know if your seeds will take root in me, but please scatter them, because that's the natural law. Oh God. Hope you felt it.
I volunteer as tribute. I believe we have a volunteer.
openworldtheater.com